Today, we're diving into a popular post from the Reddit titled as "TIFU by owning a golden retriever while being black." This post received 139832 upvotes. Posted by Agent Papier. The post reads as follows. Sigh. Work was rough today and all I wanted to do afterward was to sit on the couch and let the TV watch me while eating food not cooked by my own hands. The answer to that? Delivery. Food ordered. I let the dog into the yard to burn some energy and sat camped outside with him while waiting for the delivery. DoorDash. Grubhub, Uber and everyone other than Jehovah's Witnesses has trouble locating my address, strictly relying on GPS, so it's nothing for me to post up and wait outside for when they are close, flag them down and go back inside for a contactless drop-off. Pertinent details before shit hits the fan. My neighbor and I share a fence with a doggy door as our pups are super close, and you can bet each time that if my dog is outside, hers will follow for cross-yard playtime. This was the case today, and probably bad judgment on my part to think that I would be able to break up the fun quickly. Both dogs were in the neighbor's yard at the time the notification came through that the driver was pulling up, and I had to call out a few times to get my dog's attention. Neighbor thankfully whistled for her dog and I had to put on the voice for mine to acknowledge I existed, and then took off running for my door while waving to the driver, who by this point was getting out of the car. Pup and I have a game called Runaway where I will take off yelling, "Runaway!" and literally he will chase after me like some human-sized fetch stick. I used this to my advantage until he realized I was putting him inside, but managed to get him through the storm door and close the screen before he could run out. Then realized that I'd left the gate locked like an idiot with the driver standing right outside by this point. I didn't have a mask on at this point and neither did she, so I yelled from the porch that she could leave the food by the mailbox, and that is where the fun started. "Is that your dog?" My bullshit meter didn't go off. I thought she was asking a question with an obvious answer because duh. She was a dog person, so I engaged with dog owner Gushiness. "Yes. Blah, blah, blah. His name is XYZ. Wanna say hi? I'll be nice because you brought my food." But she just stood there awkwardly for a moment, put the food down and quickly jumped back into her car. In my mind I was like, okay, weird, but whatever. Snatched the food and went back inside. Went to wash my hands, and from the kitchen window, I can see the full street where she is still parked outside. Thinking, okay, weird. Again, but didn't dwell on it too much, figuring that she was looking at the route to her next location. I went about my business of preparing to destroy my meal. Few minutes later, the dog begins barking manically at the door. I take a glance at the cameras and realize she is still out front, parked directly in front of my mailbox. Okay, what's going on here? I go outside and try to get her attention, but she is on the phone and doesn't notice me. I walk up like I'm going to check the mail and she does pull off, but towards the back of the neighborhood that only has one way in and one way out. Lots of people make that mistake, and so you'll quickly see cars turning back around, but she never came back. By this time, I think I'm losing my mind, so I go back in, but still watching the street for the car to pass. It never does. I don't know. People are weird, so I just left it at that and went back to eat. About 10 minutes later, dog starts going ham at the door, so I check the cameras to see 2 police cars sitting outside my house. I continue to watch the cameras, realizing that the cops are getting out of the car and walking back and forth in front of mine and neighbors' yards. I go out to see if anything is wrong, and they introduce themselves before saying they were called because a stolen golden retriever was reported at my address and if there was a dog in the home. It clicked that driver had called the police and then explained my version of what happened. They were really respectful and apologetic, but asked if I could get Sir Pup. I went ahead and opened the door for the dog, who took off, ready to greet the new faces outside. His collar has tags matching the address with my name and phone number on it in case he was ever lost or stolen, which was proof enough for them, as it was obvious that they wanted to get this over as fast as possible. No hard feelings on either side. We were all walking away when driver's car slowly comes creeping from the back of the neighborhood. I yelled out to them that the lady was right there, and they positioned themselves in front of her car in a way she would have to stop and speak with them. I don't know if this lady was drunk or off her meds, but she rolled down the window and was literally sobbing hysterically that she saw me take dog from the neighbor's yard. That animals get no justice and the icing on the cake? My kind only owns pit bulls and Rottweilers. There was no way he was mine and needed to be protected. I honestly did not want to deal with that mess, so sorry guys. This isn't a tale of revenge. I went back inside and stayed the fuck on my couch. My day was already shitty. Everyone left a few minutes after that, so I assume she got a warning. However, I did report the incident to the delivery service and was offered credits towards my next meal. I splurged that on a bakery and now am currently fucking up a slice of carrot cake. Grateful it didn't end worse. TL. Doctor ordered food. Racist delivery person thought I stole my own golden retriever and had a breakdown when I didn't get carted off in handcuffs. Didn't get shot but got cake in the end. Edit. Wow, Reddit. Waking up to the massive amounts of love and well wishes was amazing. Thank you so much for your kind words. I am going to do my best and go through every comment and private message. I wish I could share this cake with all of you. Carrot cake lovers unite. Happy to share this pile of awards with other great posts and comments. Taking the sound advice to keep a close eye on the dog when he goes out. We'll also share with neighbor just in case. My husband did agree with many of you to seek further action against the delivery driver, but I'm pretty torn on whether to do so. Things are hard out here for all of us, including the less savory members of our community, but I will take the day to think on the next steps. I appreciate the sub this was posting to for restoring it after being removed. I apologize that this topic bent the rules and didn't think 100% before submitting. This was a way to vent. Thank you for allowing this to be a place of dialogue. Stay classy, everyone. A comment from user Nicabales Exoxo says, you know she was waiting around to watch justice get served and you reverse Uno carded her. Well done, sir. This comment received 2559 upvotes. A comment from user Vocal Local Yokel says, so she thought you stole your dog? From your next door neighbor? And it was going to go unnoticed unless she called the cops? She's such a hero. This comment received 19,073 upvotes. A comment from user Limnea says, is there some stereotype that says black people can't own golden retrievers? I honestly don't get some people. This comment received 15,411 upvotes. A comment from user AWKW4RDKid says, what the fuck is wrong with people? This comment received 7267 upvotes. A comment from user Mayacivalact says, ahem * dog tax? This comment received 5047 upvotes. A comment from user Canadian Ginger says, okay, seriously, if you were going to steal a dog, why would you steal your neighbor's dog? Like they wouldn't notice you suddenly had a golden retriever that looked exactly like their golden retriever and seemed to recognize them? I'm sorry that the most stupid people also tend to be the most racist. This comment received 21,308 upvotes. A comment from user ARM2610 says, Jesus dude, sorry you had to deal with that. Hope the cake was good. This comment received 17,991 upvotes. A comment from user Goliath89 says, just a heads up. Let the neighbor know what happened, and ask them to keep a lookout for Karen. People like her don't like to be told they're wrong, and she might try and sneak back to try and rescue the dog. This comment received 3599 upvotes. A comment from user MightFlight says, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I own a beautiful golden retriever too, and I'm Asian. One time a neighbor in my building told me it was interesting I had a golden because they're super American dogs. I literally grew up in a small town in Texas. This comment received 335 upvotes. A comment from user I_love taco says, maybe I am a bit paranoid, but I would have followed through with the police and the delivery app all the way to get the person's name and everything. She already have your address and in her mind you stole that dog. I mean, she can try to steal it and you know golden retrievers will go out with just about anyone. Maybe an official complaint with the police might be in order. I'm just paranoid with pets, man. Sorry if I give you something else to worry in your already shitty day. This comment received 1361 upvotes. A comment from user Mandelbrother says, I'm rollin' cause as soon as you said she asked if it was your dog, I knew what was up. Stealing. A golden retriever. SMMFH. Glad you and your dog are still here. Also, carrot cake is the shit. It is my opinion that you have good fucking taste. I hope you have a much better day. This comment received 958 upvotes. A comment from user Speedy Cat 2014 says, what the ever-loving fuck? 2. This post requires dog tax 3. Here's mine. This comment received 1522 upvotes. A comment from user Mahu Shouju Manda says, hilarious writing, but also a sad sign of the times. You're an awesome pet owner. Lord knows I don't have the energy for a golden retriever, and anyone who does is a straight-up saint in my book. Amazing dogs, insane energy. You definitely deserve cake after that. The classy, and dilligaff way you handled that makes proud. Hats off, and thanks for the laugh. This comment received 2441 upvotes. A comment from user Marlowe's Coffee Maker says, the thing about racism is that you didn't fuck up. No way it's your fault. This comment received 590 upvotes. A comment from user Flowers and Peas says, this is positively ridiculous. Geesh. Hope the carrot cake helped a little. This comment received 339 upvotes. A comment from user LVHFTW says, just throwing this out in case it hasn't been said. Don't let your dog out in your yard by himself for the next few days. I wouldn't put it past this crazy lady to take matters into her own hands and rescue your pup. Stay safe and enjoy your cake. This comment received 161 upvotes. A comment from user Apollo 526 says, yeah. I went through your post history and there is a huge problem with your story. You have no pictures of the dog. Gotta share the pups. From one golden owner to another. This comment received 351 upvotes. A comment from user Brandon Cries says, this is a classic case of racist ass Karen. She was acting hella weird anyway, but as soon as I read, 2 police cars sitting outside my house, I knew this delivery person was delusional. Sorry man. This comment received 880 upvotes. A comment from user Zanaki says, fuck that bitch. This comment received 234 upvotes. A comment from user Minji_Spaff says, I just think it's really cute how you have a doggy door to your neighbors so they can play together and also that you have a game where you are the fetch stick. This comment received 83 upvotes. A comment from user Ethan Nelson 13 says, this has happened to my friend and her Labrador retriever but with a old white man who tried physically snatching the dog from the leash. I'm glad that the police stood by you and I hope she got punished. This comment received 69 upvotes. A comment from user BR0CK says, 2 states have made racially based swatting like this illegal, 4 or 5 more are considering it. California is calling theirs the Karen Act. https://the-crime-report.org/2020/05/28/states-pass-laws-criminalizing-racial-calls-to-police/. This comment received 285 upvotes. A comment from user Ronatro2 says, pissed off you went through that. I'm an Irish white mum of 3 and owned both dog breeds she mentioned. Racist idiot. This comment received 188 upvotes. A comment from user Danielle_9183 says, I'm so sorry you had to deal with this. Reading made me angry, and sad, and frustrated. And that's nothing compared to what you probably feel too often. This comment received 60 upvotes. A comment from user Outdire says, the part that gets me is that if you stole the dog from your next door neighbor, wouldn't they notice and call the police themselves? SMH the common sense on some people. This comment received 55 upvotes. A comment from user Decent Advertising says, you're pretty cool about it considering she could have got you or your pup killed. This comment received 425 upvotes. A comment from user Serenity5 says, This isn't a fuck-up. Just a depressing view of the world. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. This comment received 66 upvotes. A comment from user GundamPilot17 says, "The only dog more energetic and insane than a golden retriever is a husky." This comment received 79 upvotes. A comment from user Screaming in Tune says, "I hope that Karen gets fired and learns to mind her damn business. Like maybe at first it might be weird to see a dog come through a gate but like, it's not your business? You weren't harming the dog? What the fuck is up with people calling the cops for shit that is honestly none of their damn business? F that lady and I hope you and your doggo can chill in peace." This comment received 67 upvotes.